So you guys know us for a lot of the modern stuff that we tune, but there's some other cool stuff that comes through the shop. Come check this out. Here we have an air-cooled Safari build. Flatsix Classics brought this guy by, and we're tuning it using a full standalone. In this case, it's a Motec system. The engine has lost a lot of the original bits and pieces and exchanged them for a much more modern EFI system. You've got fuel rails, you got modern injectors, you've got a lot of stuff being cleaned up here. You got these beautiful trumpets that sound awesome as you get onto the car. Of course, the air-cooled fan. It's all new build. It's all bespoke here, and it's just a really cool car. So this is running, like as I mentioned, a Motec ECU. That's under the seat of the car, and just been dialing in drivability. I'll give you a little taste of what it sounds. Check this out. So welcome inside the tight quarters of the Safari. Tight is okay because this is nice and comfortable. It's just you and the car on the road. Now, when it comes to tuning, is probably what you guys want to see. It's a process because each one of these cars that we get in is a little bit different. This one, the engine built by Juan's Auto, our good friends Juan's Auto in Richmond, and it's a 3.3 liter twin plug with 964 cams. So it's a little bit hotter than some of the other ones. I think we posted one recently where it didn't have quite this displacement. Also, it's 10-to-1 compression, so it's a little bit higher compression, and it's just making great power. Now, this is being tuned using a Motec ECU, an M84, which is an older gold box, but it doesn't matter, they work really well. And I finished dialing it in, so you can just see here, starts right up and idles quite nicely. And the whole ethos of tuning in these cars is that you have to have a load-bearing dyno, like our dynos right here. So then we can set up what's called vehicle simulation. Now, under vehicle simulation, what happens is that we are able to simulate how the car would be behaving on the road. And in doing that, okay, so once vehicle simulation starts here. So now we're simulating how this car is driving on the road. And we're gonna wait for the O2 sensor to warm up, that's in the exhaust. And we traverse the tables here. This is the volumetric efficiency, so this is effectively the fueling table that matches what we want with the air-fuel ratios to the load signal of the car, which in this case it's TPS, because this is an individual throttle body car. So you can see as I'm traversing this table, I watch that my target AFR in green is matching the red under steady state, so you can see how nicely it's matching it. And I'm also, of course, listening and feeling, having experience with these motors, how smooth it is. So seeing these fluctuations here is fine because I'm coming on and off the throttle. That too has to be smooth, and it's not steady state. And you just go through the gears on the car. So there's first gear, there's second, and through all the different load points, you can see how the dyno allows me to just traverse the entire fueling map and dial it all in. And the end product, when you're all said and done, so it's a very, very nice curve. And I was going to point out that the AFRs is nice and flat. It's in the 12s, which is kind of where you want it to be. It's nice and safe. He's gonna take it out to California. They have worse fuel quality there. So I like to keep in the low
to mid 12s, and then look at the power curve. Like, look at that, it's making peak power at the very, very top end, and it's a nice flat curve for about 3,500 RPM all the way. This car redlines at 7,000. We took it up to 6,500 here in this run, so you can see how nice and flat that torque curve is. And that's all being dialed in by the V table, by the spark timing table, and of course the motor itself and what's been bolted on and how it's been built. So it's a super car to drive. It's not lightweight. It's gonna move around. He's gonna go take it on the sand and the dirt and play around with it some more. Yeah, I really enjoy dialing these in because it's so satisfying when you get them to run just right, and you hear that engine, you just feel it, and you can feel it under your foot, and it's responsive and it's smooth. Incorrectly. So just trying to give you guys a glimpse of what's involved in dyno tuning when you're doing a standalone. And this car doesn't have boost, so you don't have to worry about that. It's all about dialing in the fueling. So even without the help of the wideband feedback, which we'll throw in, you've got very smooth power, very nice response everywhere. So anyways, if you guys have questions, then feel free to reach out to us. We do a number of these cars every year, and we'll be happy to help you out. If you're local to us or can bring the car to us, then that's all that much better, because this kind of level of dialing in really requires us to have the car in person on the dyno, cold start, warm start. You know, I'm gonna go get it on the road. I've done a bunch of road drivability stuff already, but I'm gonna do it again to finish this off. Because it's all about getting that perfect experience for the customer, where they can enjoy these sort of classic cars without having to worry about how it drives, stumbles, and so on. All right, more smiles per mile. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one.